come on in and shave, bro.
I know.
Right here, right here. We got over there. Get over here with it. Yeah, there you go.
Shit, I believe that you're the chosen people. You know,
Okay.
I believe that. I believe. I try to lean away from the white. You know, I understand what you're saying about the white man. Like you said, we work their jobs and stuff like that. But at the same time, I believe salvation is for everybody.
Okay.
You know, everybody can come away from
Okay.
that so-called curse. You know, like
Well, who were the curses put on?
us.
Was it put on the white man?
No,
So how can he come back from something that wasn't given to him?
Good point.
that is true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, if let's just say like I was a random guy on the street, you say the salvation is for all people. What verse would you go to substantiate that?
Good point.
You don't have a verse, bro? Well, I got a verse that shows you that it's for one nation.
7.
Well, yeah, 7. Can I show you that? Let me Luke 1:68.
Let me show you about 4 or 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got to study to show ourselves approved,
Yeah.
and the Bible tells us to be ready to give an answer
Yeah.
in and out of season, right? Somebody might question you in the store or something, right? I'm sure you wasn't expecting to see brothers out here with microphones. You got to be ready for that, man, right?
This is Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. This is John the Baptist's father. He was a priest, right? It says, "Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us."
So that is specifically talking about the children of Israel, that we should be saved from our enemies. That's our salvation right there. So could you show me something that's for the other nations?
Nowhere in the Bible does it say it's for another nation.
Here's you another one, Jeremiah 3 and 23. "Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is salvation of Israel."
Hey, that's a precept upon precept. The brother just showed you 2 precepts that say it's for Israel. It's not for any other nation. Can you give me Romans 9 and 3, right? Because, I mean, and also we got to think about some other things. The covenants, the law, right? If salvation is for the other nations, then these other things have to be for them as well. The law has to be given to them so they can know how to be saved. We know how to be saved by keeping the law, statutes, and
So I
commandments.
do got one question on it. So my mother, she Caucasian, she white, but she believe in stuff.
Right.
So she's still damn near. So therefore, she's still going to hell
No,
just because she white. That's my point.
it's not a automatic.
That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point right there.
Okay, so the so-called white man does have a judgment. We get that in
Yeah.
overnight when he's
Yeah.
But also, is your mother? What about her father? You
Your
white
father-
They're
man?
both white, but she has Cherokee bloodline.
Cherokee. Well, okay. I'll say this because I don't know your bloodline. If your mother's bloodline on her father's side is from one of these nations, then she would be an Israelite. If not, and she comes from the so-called white man, then she would be an Edomite, right?
Yeah.
And hey, I'm not the Lord. I can't just change her nationality or anything like that.
Of course.
And I'm not going to say just because she's an Edomite, she's automatically damned to hell. But they do have a judgment, and they do have a role that they have to play, right? And that's for all the so-called white men. And not just them only, the other nations, the so-called Chinese man, the so-called Arab, because the so-called white man is the only people that persecuted us throughout history,
True.
right?
And also, I would like to say this too. When you say hell, what's your definition of hell?
Yeah.
Separation from God.
Separation from the Lord. Okay.
Okay,
There-
go ahead, King. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even with hell and heaven, there are different states of it. Like
Yeah.
the Most High is in the third heaven, right? That means there's three heavens.
Yeah.
Right? The so-called white man is in heaven right now, just the same way that we are in hell right now. And if you go deeper into the etymology of the words, hell just means the grave. Right? It's not an underworld where somebody pointing at you with a pitchfork, right? So we gotta go into you got a precept on that?
Yeah, I got to jump through the Jonah too.
Jonah 2 and 2, and said, "I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell. Cried I, and thou heardest my voice."
Right, so Jonah wasn't literally in an underworld. He described that situation he was in as hell. The same way that we do right now. We're in hell right now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just, oh, you're gonna be damned to some underworld. I can't say that. But for the so-called white man, I can't say that they're in hell right now. Right? They're in heaven. Think of Elon Musk, all these people that are trillionaires. They got all the money, they got the houses, the clothes, cars, whatever they want. We can't do that.
No.
So technically, yeah, they're in heaven right now, and we're in here.
And that's what Isaac, their father, blessed them with,
Right.
was the fatness of the earth. And he said, go rule it with a sword. What other nation of people you know that ruled the earth with a sword? They did all they colonized it, they genocided it, they ruled it with a sword. And that's what he told Esau, which is their father, right? The Most High has a judgment that every nation has to pay out to. They have to drink of it. That's in Joel. We go Joel 3 and pull it, where they're going to drink the cup that the Lord has made for them, because he made us drink it. When we came over here with this on our necks and stuff, right here, that was a judgment that we had to drink that. He said, yokes of iron on your neck, your children will be sold to another nation of people, which was the auction block. We drunk it. So he's not going to make a difference for another nation when he already sent a judgment for the other nations to drink it.
Quick precept, can you get Lamentations 5? I want to show you, because a lot of people are saying, like when we bring out the word, especially a so-called white man, they talk about, well, how is this fair? I didn't do this, right? I didn't put you guys in slavery. But we know the generations never end, and also they get punished for what their forefathers do the same way that we did, right? We weren't actually in slavery. Our forefathers were, and we didn't actually disobey the Lord. Our forefathers did, but we had to drink up that cup.
Lamentations 5 and 7. Our fathers have seen and are not, and we have borne their iniquity.
So we say our fathers were the ones that committed that sin. They were the ones building the golden calf and all that. But we had borne on their iniquities, right? Because the curses go down to generation to generation.
That's right.
The same way that it's going to go down for them as well, right? Now, I want to show what's going to happen to the so-called white man in the other nations, right? You got that?
Obadiah, I'm going to start at 9. All right, let me get it. Well, let me start. It says, verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They have eaten the bread and have laid wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise man out of Eden, in understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thou mighty man, O.T. man, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mountains of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
So it says, and this is prophecy, right? This is coming to pass. It says like, all the people in the mount of Esau will be cut off, right? Now I can't go and change that, and I can't say I made this up, right? The Lord said this, right? This does say the Lord. So I can't go against the Lord, and believe me, brother, we felt the same way when we were in your position. We had white friends. We got white family members. I still got white family members that I care about to this day, but I know that the Bible is true. We gotta let God be true and every man alive, right? So if God says, hey, your so-called white friend gotta be cut off, that's just how it is. And I can't do nothing about that, right?
Yeah, now, it's not our judgment, it's the Lord's judgment.
I want Isaiah 14, let's continue on that. Now, this is a judgment. Also, once again, this isn't just for the so-called white man, it's for all the other nations, right? Because they all persecuted us. And the Lord ain't gonna just forget that. It would be unjust for him to say, you know what, I'm gonna put you through the curses, and then I'm gonna let them come into heaven with you, and they didn't get put through anything. They persecuted you for thousands of years, and they just get to stroll in. That would be unjust.
That's unrighteous, that's unbalanced. Makes God out to be not. Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger should be joined with them, and they should cleave to the house of Jacob.
Now this is another prophecy talking about how the Lord is going to come back and save us. He's going to put us in our own land. And it says that the strangers are going to cleave unto us. Basically, they're going to try to, grab them. I want to go with you. Basically, that's the type of time they are, right?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So basically, the roles are going to be reversed, right? We're going to rule over them. And now, did I make that up, or did the Bible say? Amen. That God be true.
Did you know that was in our brother? Did you know that was in there?
Never read that before?
They don't read that in church.
Yeah, they're not going to read that every church, bro. I'm just be honest. They're going to read John 3:16 and all the day.
No, my mama, she actually had a boyfriend that she's still dealing with him, but
What is he? Is he like
Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, no, he is.
He is? What is his name?
Judah. He go by Judah. His real name Johnny. He calls it the slave name.
Yeah, well, that's why we got different names too.
Yeah.
So.
He go by Judah now.
And he's here.
Yeah.
Let's get some information from you, brother. I ain't got my
What, like number or something?
Yeah. We have to call the brother and see, you know what I'm saying?
He just got a lot of anger.
Well, that's what we need to talk to him about. Like, we can't
He
have,
got a lot of anger, bro. He get into it with my mama, and my mama just can't deal with it, bro. Like,
we need to talk with the brother.
Yeah,
We need to
because
talk. He might be some. How long he been in the truth?
a long time.
So he should be
13
slow.
years,
Well, he
15
should,
years.
he should have these
long
changes
time.
already. Slow the anger, man.
yeah, brothers like that definitely
Yeah.
gotta be applying the precepts.
Yeah. We can't
Like the
just
brother
we
was
can't
saying,
do that.
slow the anger.
That's my number.
Yeah.
My name Malachi.
Like the what? Malachi.
Malachi,
like
yeah.
it. We'll pull out a Malachi scripture.
Right.
Malachi, you got the name and everything,
Yeah.
brother.
So are you a so-called black man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm biracial.
What about your father?
Yeah, he black. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you most likely could be from the tribe of Judah or from any of these tribes, brother.
Mhm.
And my word to you is to be to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Hey, Sirach, or yeah, you get it.
Let's get
Yeah, I know about the Deuteronomy stuff. 28. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
yeah. So does those curses apply to you and your bloodline? Yeah. It's talking
Yeah,
about
I
you.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
So you got to come back and follow the Lord. You got to do the law, statutes, and commandments, and keep the faith in Him and His Son, huh? Right? That's how you get. That's how you make it to the kingdom of
Yes,
heaven.
sir.
Right? It's only gonna be you. Right? You can't, bring your mom to the gates. Let's walk in together. You're gonna be the one judge. But just like the brothers up here.
Where is that, man?
Which one?
You can't say your daughter is son.
Oh,
Hold on, it's on me, man. Ezekiel, is it 14? Ezekiel 14. I just read it, just on me. You just hit me with that when you said you can't save your mother. It's in here.
yeah. Because a lot of people think that. They think it's one big gate. How many gates are there?
Gates of heaven?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Not sure. Let's get that,
I'm
bro.
not in that. I'm not that intellectual right now, brother.
Oh,
That's all right, bro.
I'm not gonna be like, well, you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Strike you across the face and nothing, brother. Yeah. That's the whole reason why we're out here to teach our people.
Right.
That's why I said when I see you watching, I know.
Yeah, 14
that,
to 20. I knew it was at
the Bible
14.
tells us that.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick, read this out. But the Bible tells us that the sheep hear the voice, right? And you were the sheep, brother. You was hearing the voice. You was
Hearing it. You listen.
Right? That's why we gotta come out and we gotta feed you. We gotta feed you the scripture. Right? We ain't out here for the so-called white man, or for the so-called Chinese, whatever it is. We out here for our people.
I got
Right.
4 or 5 of them already marked.
Right.
This one's talking about your family, man. This is Ezekiel 14:20. Though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, as I live, saith the Lord, they shall deliver, they shall deliver neither son nor daughter. They shall put their, they shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness.
Perfect
You
precept.
can't save nobody. Don't
Right.
worry about yourself.
Noah couldn't save his family. He got to go into the judgment seat by himself.
That's right.
Right? You got something else?
This was the one you wanted.
Oh yeah, the 12.
13.
Yeah.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So this is your whole duty, right? You got to fear the Lord, and by fearing the Lord, you got to keep His commandments. Well, you know the commandments, brother?
Not all of them.
Not all.
Not all of them by heart. I don't.
Okay. Well,
know.
we don't know about heart
Thou
either,
shalt
but
Thou shalt not kill.
Right.
Thou shalt not
Yeah,
steal.
yeah,
Keep
There
the
you go.
Shabbat holy.
There you go.
right. What's today?
Shabbat.
Right.
Yeah, Shabbat.
Gotta keep it holy, brother. Don't go to these stores. Don't buy and sell, right?
It's like, I don't know what's really going on with the brother. That's why I said let us talk with him.
Yeah.
You know, because y'all shouldn't be feeling this way. If the Lord has placed him there as the voice, that should be some kind of,
And
coming in,
that's the
understanding,
thing,
and
though.
not resentment.
Everything all good up until he starts getting angry, fam. And
Lord, tell us
then
to
when
slow
he
the
get
anger.
angry, he get to telling my mama she Esau daughter, this and that, like that. Yeah, that may be true to the Bible, but damn, like my mama doing her best. You feel me?
Yeah.
Then like he's just
And I-
accusing her of sleeping with my friends and sleeping with their daddies, which is not fucking true at all. You feel me? He's just, bro. He just
And
he
he
get
lives
mad
here.
and he get crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he lives
Is he-
here.
is
Yeah,
he-
he from Mississippi.
So we're gonna end up calling you, brother, when you're around him and stuff, and let us talk to the brother, so that we can link up, man, and we can see what's really going on. Because in counseling our safety, he needs to be other brothers that's the believers and stuff, man. And we gotta chastise, and we gotta correct each other in love. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. Our chastisement will be good, correcting in love. And saying, you know, we gotta shine the light.
Right,
You know,
for
we can't be.
judgment.
Yeah, we gotta judge according. Right. That's how we gotta judge. We can't be out here, man, because we get angry and get mad and decide to walk on another route. We can't do it. So we need to talk to each other.
The wise about that son.
You get Sirach 11 and 7 real quick, because is the brother is he in a camp or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Right. So that in itself can actually cause you to go astray. Right? If you don't have those brothers, those wise brothers around you to tell you when you're wrong,
Right.
all of a sudden you're going to be doing your own thing, right? Your mind is you're going to get in over your head. We was just talking about that.
It was. Literally.
Sirach 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Right. So the brother can't just blame, he can't blame your mom and all this. He can't bear false witness before he even examines the situation. Man.
Right.
That's the same way we're going to handle it, right? We're going to examine the situation first so we know how to come to the brother and approach him. So then we can rebuke the brother and hopefully bring him back to the Lord. Man.
Yeah.
Following the Lord in truth and sincerity, man.
Yeah, that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take.
What was that? Where it says, it's talking about a brother who's alone, he traveled like a stray bull. That's inside, right? That's
I had one I was looking for, man, that went probably along with. I can't remember what it was. And that's very important that he do, so that we can, man, so that we can
Correct the brother in love. You know what I'm saying? And not feeling like just because you've been in it for so long doesn't mean anything to the Lord. You can be walking this truth for 30 years, and the Lord can remove his spirit, you back to nothing instantly. I'm sure you've seen what's done happen to some of the camp leaders, like Sakari, and like Genesis, the Lord shut them down.
Yeah.
30-something, they been walking 15, 20 years, and the Lord shut them down. He will do that. If you put pride goes before destruction, he will do that. If his brother's being woken up to the truth and he's acting like that, there's a certain way that we got to act dealing with the fruits of the Spirit. We got to make sure we long-suffering, we meekness, kindness, loving, and gentleness, right? And that's the problem with our camps now, is they looking at us and saying, you know what, they evil, man. You came up here and talked to us. We ain't yelling and screaming at you. We ain't prejudging you or anything. We know that you're a child of the Most High God and you need guidance, and we're just here to show you. You need to start looking like the man in the mirror that God created you to look like in that man in the mirror, bro. Because it's important that we keep the laws of God. It's important that we have our dress codes. It's important that we keep the dietary law. It's important that we keep the moral laws. We got to learn these things. And the only one that's going to teach us is those teachers that God sent before us, and go to them and say, I want to please God. Because in the end times, when Christ comes, and every man stand before him, every man, woman, and child going to have one thing to say. I cannot say you didn't come to me. You came to me. You sent people my way to reach out. This is Christ's love that we showing right now, reaching for his people, right? In spite of what the brother's doing, man, that's why I said we will be the ones to correct him and get on him and say, look, that is the wrong way. You got family members right now, man, they looking at, they ain't coming to you. You can't be yelling and stuff. That's certain accounts like Sakari came out and they were doing. No, we're going to teach genuine. We're going to teach in love, like Christ. We're going to speak this same man so our people can be humble enough and come to us and say, what am I doing wrong? How can I stop sinning? And we say, this is how we're going to show you.
This is Sirach 6 and verse 2. It says, extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone.
See, that's what's happening with that brother right now. His soul is being torn because he's alone. He's trying his best to make things on his own and live by his own being stuff, and that's not the way to go. You cannot do that. You get to a point now where you say, okay, the Lord woke me up to the truth. Now I can do and say whatever. That's not how this works. That's not. Quick as the Lord giveth, he will take it. Right? He can turn you over to a reprobated mind, like he said in Romans 1:25. He can do that.
This is another precept. This is Proverbs 18, verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city.
And that's what's happening now. So many of our people are getting offended by the way that it's brought to them. And now they're saying, I don't want nothing to do. I don't want to hear it. Kind of like you, brother. When you sit in the car, you say, I'm listening. We like, come on, brother. Guess what you did? You got out and you said, okay, go ahead. But if you've been so offended so long, I don't want to hear that because you're expecting to get the same exact treatment. And we're saying, no, man. Now, in these last days, we're not here to be a bull. We're not here to be a fence to block our people from coming to God. We're here to open our hearts and minds like Christ told us to, and go get the sheep and tell them, come back to a loving God, man, who calls you a God, right? Yes, we're above all nations. We were always created to be above all nations. But we can't change the mind of God. It's like what Job said. Job said, can a man figure out God's perfection? He said, no. We got humans on the earth today that think they can figure out the Most High. oh, I believe he's like this. I believe, how? Even the Bible says that Christ and the angels don't know when he's coming. So if Christ's telling you, I don't even know when he's sending me, what makes you think you can figure it out? You know? So we got to come back to this truth and not looking at what somebody else is doing. Don't look at the other camps and see what they're doing, or that. Look inside your heart and hear because Christ is knocking on the door. He obviously is knocking on your door. He got a lot of, you got a lot of strength on you, but he's knocking on your door. He's trying to pull you because the kingdom is made for a few. That's what it said in Sirach. It's only made for a few. The new heaven and new earth coming, it's not going to be what you see now. It's going to be a very few. And we got to win every soul. Every soul that repent, the angels rejoice in heaven. Right? And that's what we want to do. We want to rejoice.
Over our case right now.
Come on, man. And that's why we're here. And we're going to have to make this call. We're going to have to set the brother up, and we want to get with the brother. You need to call the brother, let the brother know, and you got our number and stuff, man, so that we can get with the brother. Right? Now, I don't know bad stuff, man, but we're going to get with him and test him. We're going to test the spirit, and we're going to see where it's at. Okay? Malachi, that's a beautiful name, man. All praise to the Most High God.
Thank you.
All praise.
Have a good day. All right.
See y'all
Have a
nice
blessed
now. Be blessed. Come on.
All praise to the Most High Power of Yahweh, man. In the name of Yahushai, man. That's what it's about. Coming out here to feed the sheep, man. The sheep hear the voice, man. Brother heard the voice. He had to come up here and get some of it. Hey, man. Hopefully we can help the brother out. Him and his family, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Hey, I'll end it off with that, man. All praise to the Most High Power of Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, right? With that, shalom.